Hi, guys. Hi, happy Monday. Okay, so crazy topic, right? Um, yeah, so I wanted to go live and talk to you guys about this today. This is really interesting because, first and foremost, if you don't know who Chuck Liddell is, let me know and I'll tell you. If you do know who Chuck Liddell is, also let me know. Give me a high five, give me a thumbs up, something like that. If you don't know who Chuck Liddell is, I'll just give you a little brief background and I'm going to get right into it because I want to loop this for you because this is going to land for you today. No, it will. So Chuck Liddell is a very famous UFC fighter, right? Very famous UFC fighter, like super famous, right? So most of you might know I lived my life, pretty fit, right? Like pretty fit. But there was a portion of my life, where things got out of hand. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. So I was married to my ex-husband, and his name was Rod, and he was part of this group of young MMA fighters when it first got started. It was like, Dan Henderson and Chuck Liddell and the Quest group, and he was a big part of that. He grew up with them and grew up fighting with them. So I was really embedded into that early in my marriage. So I was about 22, 23 when, I started going down this path with him where we were doing a lot of partying. Like a lot of partying. Like we were going to Vegas, we were going to the fights, we were surrounded by this very UFC kind of rock star culture, right? Where there's a lot of alcohol, there's a lot of drugs, and I was deep in it. I was young, it was fun, like I was really excited about it. I felt super fancy going to all these big parties, the Mandalay Bay, and being surrounded by people that I had never been surrounded by. And it was really interesting because I want to tell you what happened. So we were at an after party after a fight in Vegas, and I was with my ex-husband, and his friends referred to him as Bumper. And I was with my ex-husband, and we were in an after party, and I was pretty intoxicated, right? Pretty intoxicated, and there was cheesecake in the hotel room, and this huge party, right? Huge party. I'm gonna loop this back around. Just hang with me here, you guys. And I remember eating the cheesecake, and Rod, my ex-husband, was next to me, and Chuck was just around from me, and he looked at me and goes, "Why are you eating that when you got fat?" In this huge party in front of all of these fighters, all of these fighter wives, this environment that, it was pretty humiliating. But he said it in a way that was so neutral. Because as fighters, you guys have to understand, they're wrestlers, they're fighters, they make weight, right? For them, weight is neutral. It doesn't have an integrity value. There's nothing about our integrity that they associate with weight. It's just a fact. It's just like you fight at this weight, or you're in shape or you're not, or how are you going to perform when you're overweight? Well, I've been drinking a lot, and I was about 15 pounds heavier than I am now, maybe 20. And I was kind of ignoring it, right? It was on the back burner. It wasn't something that I was facing, right? But it was true. I was still trying to stay active and healthy, but I was fat. I got fat. I drank too much beer. I was partying too much. And Chuck Liddell said that to me, and then my ex-husband said something a little bit condescending after that, like he was agreeing. And it was painful. It was super painful. But I want to thread this around for you guys right now because I think we sugarcoat a lot, right? I think we sugarcoat a lot. And when we sugarcoat a lot, it doesn't move us. It doesn't move us into the direction of growth, right? Our culture likes these words like a little chubby or a little overweight or a little heavy. Hey, look, if you're fat, you're fat. And sometimes that's okay for you to be that honest with yourself or have someone else be honest with you. And he wasn't being mean. He wasn't being derogatory. He wasn't being trying to make me feel bad. He was just stating a fact because it was neutral to him. There was no energy on it. There was no integrity value of me being fat or skinny. Does that make sense? And this was 15 years ago? So I was like 24 years old. I was young. It was before I even had my daughter, right? So I just want to make that really clear to you guys. Like, it was true, and it hurt, and it was painful because it was true, but it moved me. It was painful enough to move me, right? To get me into action, to stop drinking beer every night, to stop partying, and to start really honoring my health and my body. Because that moment for me was life-changing. It set me on a path to health and fitness, and I've never looked back. It moved me. right? It totally changed the trajectory of my life and how I view my body and how I take care of myself, right? Had Chuck said nothing, right? Had Chuck not mentioned at that moment, who knows? I might have still been partying. I might have still been drinking beer every night. Is this landing with you guys? Because I'm trying to loop this for you. So my point is that stop sugarcoating it. Stop sugarcoating it. If your body is overweight, you're fat, and you've got to do something about it. And I am sorry if you don't like that word. I'm sorry if that doesn't feel right to you, but I'm not in the business of, taking you into a new area of your life and moving you forward into a better, version of yourself by me sitting here and sugarcoating things for you. Sometimes it takes somebody being honest with you for you to move and to get into action. So right now I care more about you getting into action, moving, shifting your life, right? Getting into better health than I do about what you think about me, or if you like me right now. You might not like me calling people fat, right? I didn't like being called fat either. Believe me, it wasn't fun, but it moved me. The pain was enough to move me. So if you're sitting there right now and you're thinking about, well, maybe my jeans are a little bit too tight, or maybe I'm not as healthy as I should. Look, if you've gotten fat, be honest with yourself. Just be honest. Because when you're honest with yourself, you can actually get into action, and you will actually get the result when you're honest, right? So I want to go back to Chuck for a minute. So let's go back to this neutrality of it. There's not an integrity value on if you've gained weight or you haven't, or you're thin or you're fat. There's no integrity value here, you guys. There's not, right? It doesn't mean you're a bad or a good person. It has nothing to do with that. And when we take the energy off of it, and make it neutral, like Chuck did, because weight to the fighters, right? Weight to an MMA fighter is just neutral. Weight to a wrestler is neutral, right? And Aaron's watching me. Hi, Aaron. You know this better than anybody. It's neutral. So remove the negative or positive on it and just get into action. And if it's painful enough for you, and you're feeling that pain, you're feeling the pain of not fitting into your jeans, you're feeling the pain of hating to go shopping, you're feeling the pain of not wanting to get naked in front of your partner because you're embarrassed of your body, then do something about it. That pain is pain enough to move you, right? Or the pain that I felt being embarrassed because I did have energy on it because I knew it was true. Sitting there at 24 years old in the Mandalay Bay in this fancy place surrounded by fighters and supermodels, and Chuck Liddell calling me fat. So I was eating cheesecake. And he's right. Why am I eating cheesecake if I know I've gained 15 pounds or 20 pounds even? It might even have been 20. Right? So this is what I wanted to share with you guys today, and I hope this lands with you, and I hope you take this as action, like get into action, right? Don't stay where you're at. Be honest with yourself so that you can get into action, because sometimes that pain is what's going to move you forward. Make sense? Okay, so what I also wanted to share with you guys right now is that if you have not seen what I'm offering, I don't know how, because I've put it all over the whole planet, but if you've not seen what I'm offering for Black Friday, I'm going to tell you about it now. I'm offering you my group program that starts January 3rd, my group weight loss program, for $1 for 30 days. $1 for 30 days. Why? Because I believe in it. Because I believe that strongly in it. Because I believe once you start, you're going to get the result. You're going to understand the depth of what I've put into this program after being in this industry for over 13 years. And I'm going to I put it all into this program that you get to do for 2020 so that you can live your life at your ideal weight, that you can move, you can get into action, that you have accountability, that you have a community, that you have my support. I'm giving it to you for $1 for 30 days. That's it. No strings. Giving it to you for $1 for 30 days. Crazy, because I've literally put months and months and months into this program, compiling things from years of training people on weight loss coaching. So if you want to really get the weight off, you really want to be free of this yo-yo diet crappy cycle for the rest of your life, and you want to get into the place where you can feel comfortable in your own skin, you don't worry about going to the store and try on clothes, you don't feel disgusted, you're not binge eating, you're not using food to numb emotion, and you want to be free of that, and you want to live your life at your ideal weight, here it is. Here's your opportunity. Here it is. You get to get into action. So if you're in enough pain, you're going to get into action. If you're feeling the pain of that, you've got to get yourself into action. And I'm giving you the opportunity to do it for $1. And if you want my support up until it starts, between now and January 3rd, let me know. I'm here. So this wasn't meant to be derogatory. This is actually meant to move you. This was meant to push you into action. This was meant for me to share a very vulnerable experience that I had, right? That hopefully will move you forward so that you can get out of this mindset that it's never gonna work again. Why even try? I've tried everything, this isn't gonna work. I do it every new year, and by March I'm done trying because it doesn't work. This does work. It does work. It works for all of my clients, and it will work for you too. It's just you have to be the one to get into action and commit. So I'm gonna pop a link here for you guys, so that if you want to check out the program that I'm offering for you, you can. And if you have questions for me, let me know. And then comment. Tell me what you think of this live. Tell me how you're feeling right now, because it's pretty different. It's pretty raw and real, right? I'm laying it down thick. So let me know what you think. I'm curious. And let me know if it landed with you. I want to always make a difference for people. So hopefully this moves you forward. And I'm not trying to make anyone, feel negatively or positively. I'm trying to actually neutralize weight for you, right? I'm trying to neutralize it for you. It's not an integrity thing. The scale is not based on if you're a good or bad person. Please understand that. It has nothing to do with that at all, okay? So that's not integrity. I'm not attacking you as people. What I'm saying is you need to get into action, right? And there's times where I need to get into better action. I haven't been hitting the gym as hard. It's Thanksgiving. I've been having a little bit more celebration going on in my house even now, right? And I'm gonna get myself into action as soon as I can, right? I'm gonna get myself into action tomorrow. I'm gonna make sure that I'm not drinking alcohol every night. I'm gonna make sure that I'm only saving it for special occasions. I'm gonna make sure that I'm not eating cheesecake every night, right? But I get to do that. So I wanna share that with you guys today. Let me know if it's landing, and I'll pop the link here for you guys to check it out. And I hope you join me. It's a great opportunity. So $1, 30 days. I'm offering my group program. Pretty awesome. Okay, you guys, I will see you there. Oh, and Instagram, I'll pop it here too. So just give me a second. Hold on. Let me pop it here for Facebook. Facebook, I'm going to end it, and then I'm going to come back in and pop the link. And then Insta, I'm going to pop it for you right now. So hold tight.